All right, so let me bring Steve Levy in on this. Steve, you're the new guy here, so we gave you a chance to warm up, Steve. You're a radio talk show host like me. You talk to people every day. Right. The president said he's not going to do it. Yes, Doug's right. When you hint at something, they take and run with it. But does this story override the question I asked Doug? And then what do the Democrats do next when he doesn't fire Mueller or he doesn't pardon Flynn?
You know, David, I wrote a book a couple of years ago called Bias in the Media, detailing how the coverage of me shifted negatively to a great extent when I changed my registration from Democrat to Republican. And I can tell you, after what I've witnessed over the last 3 days in the media, I have to write a part 2. It was incredible. The last 3 days on these other outlets in the media were dominated by this fake story. It started when Democratic Congresswoman Jackie Spears said she heard a rumor that there might, after Christmas, be some type of Nixonian Saturday night massacre of firings, totally unsubstantiated. But I'll tell you, David, I think this was orchestrated in back rooms by Democratic operatives, because you saw thereafter everyone got their talking points. Senators Schumer and Warner went to the floor of the Senate saying we're having a constitutional crisis. Nancy Pelosi wrote to Speaker Ryan saying, you must stop this. And they were aided and abetted by the liberal media giving legs to this nonsense. And it's so unfortunate because it obscured real stories that those other outlets never covered on things like Uranium One, the dossier, and this Hezbollah opiate scandal.
To call for the impeachment of the President of the United States of America.
The president's decision to end DACA was heartless and it was brainless.
We all agree that President Trump's decision to end DACA is a despicable act of political cowardice.
Are we getting closer and closer to the possibility of yet another impeachment process?
After watching the Clinton impeachment, I thought I'd never see another one. But I think we're in impeachment territory now for the first time.
Well, it's nice to know Nancy's very worried about it. And according to the Washington Post, the appointment of Jerry Nadler, the ranking Democrat on the Judiciary Committee, is a clear sign of the left's intentions to impeach the president. I don't know what they're going to charge him with, but let's not talk about the Constitution. That doesn't seem to matter on that process. Still with us, radio talk show host Steve Levy, Fox News contributors Doug Schoen and Deneen Borelli.
And that's the strategy.
All right, Steve Levy, you heard the strategy from Doug, but I got to tell you, they won in expected areas. In the Senate, they're going to defend some 24 seats or so, and the Republicans are going to defend 4, maybe 6. So are the numbers really with the Democrats on this?
Well, the numbers are with the Democrats if they take control of the House. And if they do, I think you can bet on impeachment being almost a certainty. You have to understand, Jerry Nadler, I know him because I was in New York politics during the 90s when he first got elected into Congress. He's a very smart fellow, but very, very partisan. He's a pit bull. He's already said that while the election was legitimate, the president is illegitimate at this point because of the Russian probe. And that has been echoed by a number of other Democrats. In fact, that little blurb you had about the impeachment resolution, it actually got 58 votes before there's been any type of investigation that was started at all. On top of that, I saw a TV ad today by billionaire leftist Tom Steyer, who's now calling for impeachment because he doesn't like the president's tax plan. Have we come to that now, David, where if you disagree with policy, it's going to be impeachable? It's scary. A lot of these folks in the Democratic Party are moving the goalpost. First, they said it was about collusion. They couldn't get the smoking gun, so they shifted to talk about obstruction. Not enough there. So then they start talking about the president's personal finances in the 90s. Maybe not enough there. So we'll start talking about his relationship with women in the 80s.
All right, so Steve, let me bring Deneen in on this, as you say, the relationship with women. All right, well, guys, great to see you.
Good to see you.
Steve Levy, Doug Schoen, Deneen Borelli. You do a great job. It's great to see you. Look at this lineup: radio, television, and someone who actually tells it by the numbers. Doug, I don't know, they're going to throw you out of the park.